All right, let's see. Make sure we're live.
We're live.
Yay! All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, as it were, we are live with the incredibly handsome, the incredibly talented, the man who drinks a martini while popping his pinky and looks damn freaking cool doing it via Facebook Live, Mr. Ben Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Ben Perry.
That was quite the introduction. I think that was the best introduction that I've received.
I go for that every freaking Facebook Live interview that I do, because Steph Negrin just did the same shit last week.
Nice.
That's right. That's how I roll. So in case no one in here knows you, which I'm sure quite a few people know you because we're connected in the same circle of peeps. So I always like to kind of let everybody know how I know the person that I'm interviewing. So I met Ben Perry.
You met me on a corner.
We met on a corner. We were waiting for the same Uber, and I punched him in the face.
Yeah. Oh, you do social media stuff too? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bye. So Landon Porter dropped Ben's name one day in the jungle in the Guerrilla Army Nation group, and said, "Hey, listen, this is a guy that you guys want to know, blah blah blah." And the next thing you know, there was a Friday Night Live in the group, and Ben was on, and I was like, "This guy's really freaking cool. I want to get to know him. He's awesome." So before I do my live, and every time I do live in this group, before I do the live, I make sure that I hop on the Zoom with my interviewee and I kind of chat with them a little bit and get to know what they want to discuss about their business. And they always tell me one thing about them that I didn't know. So something that's kind of cool that I want to ask you about, Ben, is there's something about you that most people probably don't know. I certainly didn't know. You have a degree in something that's really freaking rad. So why don't you tell the peeps about you?
I have a film degree. I actually have, I'm inviting people. I just invited you to your own live.
That's exciting. I'm gonna accept the invitation.
All right, so done with that. I have a film degree, and the film degree is, I got it at Full Sail University. It's all about, I went through 2 years. It was an accelerated thing, but I really got a crash course in how to use photography and videography in order to get your message out. Storytelling. I learned about storytelling. I learned about composition. I learned about film. I learned about aperture, ISO, shutter speed, all these different things when it comes to really the aesthetics. And I already had an inclination towards graphic design. I'm dangerous with Photoshop just enough, right? I never have taken an official course on it. Everything that I know in Photoshop has been self-taught. And most of everything that I know with video editing has been self-taught. I had 1 month of video editing in film school, and then they were like, "Okay, go and do your own thing." It's like, well, I'm paying a lot of money for this. Support, you know?
Oh, wow.
No, because we're accelerating you and you're going to get your degree in 2 years. So got to move you on to the next thing. And then they had me edit on editing software that they use for the big time movies called Avid. And I hated it. It sucked. I'm sure that the high profile Hollywood people would disagree with me, but I'm in love with Adobe Premiere Pro. That's all I need. Deadpool the movie was entirely edited on Adobe Premiere Pro. I'll have you know.
So I totally believe that.
I don't need to learn the Avid thing. But anyway, so point is that I love photography and videography. And actually, this is something that most people don't know. When I was living in Connecticut, I just got out of the military, and I was pondering what to do with my life. Right. And I knew that I didn't want to spend another winter in Connecticut. Done. I had had 10 years of snow. I'm like, absolutely done with snow. Let me move to Florida. I moved to Florida, and I was trying to figure out what to do down here. And that's when I signed up for Full Sail University, because I had this blinding epiphany that said, you know what? Yes, I have a message. Yes, I have something that I want to share. But I want to be able to express that through my photography and through my videography. And so before that, I'd only had my cell phone camera, and I'd used pirated software, like video editing software, and really it was really horrible. But I had the passion to really implement that. And I said, you know what, I really want to take this somewhere. And so 2.5 years later now, while I have all of this film experience, I find that it supplements my true passion, which is helping people online. And so every single piece of graphic design material that you see, every single video that you see from me is all 100% generated and created by me.
That's awesome, Ben. That is so freaking cool. I'm really curious, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot. Was there a specific movie or series of movies or producer or director that that made you want to get into film?
There's a difference between like filmmaking Hollywood and filmmaking like documentaries. Mm-hmm. And I'm more towards the documentary side. I love Christopher Nolan. I just love Inception. I love the Batman trilogy. It was so good. I loved Interstellar. I mean, he's so good. Him and Hans Zimmer, them two together are just really a powerhouse. But it wasn't really necessarily like, oh, I want to go do film movies and go work it, and that's one of my criticism of the film school is that they were breeding a bunch of kids to basically go work 12-hour like long grueling days, and they kept reminding you like, this is shit. You're gonna be shit until you work your way up, and you just might not make it. And Hollywood's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm like, I already did that in the Navy.
I was gonna say no shit.
I'm not signing up for this program, So
yep. Good for you. Good for you. So that brought you to doing what you're doing now.
Hi, Keith. And Jonathan.
Yeah, let's see. I know Keith. I just learned that is. Oh yeah, I know Keith. Aw. Hi, Keith. I know. Jonathan's awesome. I did a strategy call for him yesterday and helped him with some affiliate marketing stuff. So anyway, full disclaimer, I think we talked about, so you do have an Instagram account. You're not very active on that. Your primary business is on Facebook, correct? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I double down on Facebook.
No, absolutely. I totally get it. I actually double down on Facebook too. I love Instagram too. So you have about 1,000 followers on Instagram right now. And what, if someone were to look you up, what is your Instagram handle, and what would they find on your Instagram if they were interested?
Oh, I have 1,020 followers.
What?
It's at My Words Create.
Okay.
At My Words Create. And it's done on purpose, because that is my whole philosophy is you really have to be aware of the language that you use at all times. Even the language that you're using unconsciously, which is probably most of the language that you use, unless you consciously go through and say, no, I'm not going to use this word. I'm not going to use this phrase. A lot of it has to do, it's disempowering words that we grew up with. For me, it was disempowering things about money, disempowering things about what is possible in the real world, right? And when you hear people say the real world, like, what does that mean? When they say, when you get out of school and you go to the real world, like, well, I mean, there's this negative inclination that you're just going to get beat down by life, but it completely like doesn't give tribute to all of the amazing things that can happen as well. So when I was going through this kind of awakening in my own life, I realized I'm like, my words literally create my reality. I can speak my reality into existence. Yep. And this is a big concept that I talk about, where if you're going to start something new, it's always scary to start something new, but you have to, I say you have a brick, and the brick is the first brick of this new foundation that's going to be your new life, your new thing, whatever it is. If you don't think and you don't have experience in it, you put that brick down for the first time and it's in the air. And then you lay the next brick on top of it, and you lay the next brick on top of it. Well, what is keeping it up in the air? And I say it's your word. It's because you say so. Because you say it, it's going to happen. And most people's word is shit. Mm-hmm. Most people don't keep the word. Mm-hmm. Most people fall and crumble easily to anything that could happen. So by saying you're going to do something and then having people go, yeah, when that person says they're going to do something, it happens. Mm-hmm. Worlds move. So that's where the whole my words create comes from.
That's awesome. Then.
That's on a tangent there.
No, I'm freaking tangent away, my friend. Seriously, it's true. It's freaking true. It really, it's almost like Jedi mind tricking yourself, right? And we talk about being intentional, right? We talk about, you wake up in the morning, those words of affirmation. I wake up in the morning, some people think it's a silly thing, but real people who are business owners, who are entrepreneurs, who are trying to freaking make things happen in their business, get up in the morning, they look in the mirror and go, you're a badass. Freaking do it. Right? Like, yep. Yes, the hell you are a badass. Yet you know things that other people don't know. Share it with the world, or else you're doing an injustice, or whatever that may be. Whatever your mantra is, that's pretty much what Ben's talking about right now. Like, just, yeah, but do it, right? So no, that's awesome, Ben. That's a good little takeaway, a good little nugget of information. So something that I've taken away from some of your coaching that you provide in the Friday Night Lives and even with, the GAN, and it's awesome. One thing that you talked about that really hit me like a ton of bricks, speaking of bricks, something that hit me like a ton of bricks was that ebook. There was an ebook that you recently put together, and the way that you titled it was perfection. I don't even know how else to say this. You shared the title of an ebook, and the way that you almost like stacked the words perfectly, calling to every single freaking pain point that your audience was dealing with, and all the ways that you were going to provide the solution to each one of those struggles within that ebook. Can you tell us the name of the title of that ebook?
Quick question. Okay. Is it my new playbook or the old playbook?
I don't know. It could be
Landon, what's up, buddy?
Let's say it's the new one.
Okay. So the new title is Ben Perry's Playbook to Increase Organic Engagement.
Okay. All right.
So and I stacked that up, and part of it is my design mind, right? I like to have everything, nice, centered, and even. Mm-hmm. Well, let's look at that. So, but my last playbook, mm-hmm. All right, it said Ben Perry's Secret Playbook to Red Hot Organic Facebook Engagement. All right. Now, I've since taken Facebook out because I don't want to get sued by Facebook for using Facebook in the name. It was great, but let's go through why that was so successful and why. So I had over 300 people download that, all completely organically. So Ben Perry's secret is it's a word filled with a lot of energy. When people hear that word, they're like, oh, secret, what? Right? Because here's the thing. In 2017, information is not special. You can go to Google and get information. However, Secrets are special. Yep. So if you have a secret, and secret implies we're holding it from you, we're hiding it from you, right? It's behind a door and you don't have access. No, right? Okay?
Exactly.
So Ben Perry's Secret Playbook. I didn't want to say ebook because ebooks fucking played out. I hate that, right? Somebody says ebook, like, okay, whatever, right? So I wanted to brand it, and I wanted to change the narrative of this free thing that I'm giving away. So Ben Perry's Secret Playbook to Red Hot, another set of words that are visceral. When you're speaking to people, you don't want to be in the land of concepts and abstraction. You want to bring it down to something where they can feel, something to do with the senses. So red hot, people can get that red hot, yeah. So red hot, organic, mm-hmm. I mean not paid, red hot, organic Facebook engagement. So altogether, Ben Perry's secret playbook to red hot organic Facebook engagement. Do you want it or not?
Right now, there are at least 10 funnels that are flying through Facebook with that cover saying something like insert name, red hot, organic, whatever.
I know. I started seeing that and I was like, what? I didn't see red hot before I started doing this. This is great.
You did something. Yep.
It's nice to know, I'm just going to assume that it was me. It could not be.
It was totally you. The right people saw you popping your pinky drinking a martini, trust me. So, all right, so we talked about the ebook. So let me ask you just a basic question, because I feel like when you talked about the ebook, I feel like, that's something that I've been kind of sitting on myself. I really enjoy writing. I enjoy storytelling. I enjoy sharing my story. Don't get me wrong. I think that enough people are pretty good at telling their story and writing it down, whatever. Some people delegate it out, outsource it, whatever the case may be. And that's cool because there's plenty of people that are amazing at it. But I've thought about, many times thought about, hey, I really need to put together an ebook. In your professional opinion, if I were to do an ebook, say about, red hot organic Instagram engagement or whatever, right? If I were to do an ebook, how many pages should my ebook be before it's okay? Now you're giving away a little bit too much without putting a price tag on it. And I hate to say that, but a lot of people wonder that. It's a common question. How much is too much, right? I don't think there's any such thing personally. I give away the farm often, but I'm asking the question on behalf of other people who might be curious. So, devil's advocate.
So in naming it, I would go with something that is an Instagram, like only people who use Instagram would know it. Like let's see, this is my very limited knowledge of Instagram, but I would probably say how to explode people sliding into your DM that want what you have.
Ooh, that's hot right there.
Okay.
Sliding into your DM. Wow. If I had a DM, I'd be pretty excited right now.
Have you never heard of it?
No.
Have you never heard of sliding into your DM? Oh my gosh. So I can't believe that I'm going to share this with you, but all these Instagram models and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So there's these guys, they're trying to hit on the girls. And they're like, I'm just going to slide into your DM, girl. So anyway.
No, trust me. I get plenty of guys trying to slide into my DM on the regular.
Yeah. Oh, it's a song, Monique says. See, it's
Monique, where's my girl? My girl's on. I love Monique. Monique's a bot. Oh, that's a song, sliding into my DM. Yay!
Yeah. So all right. So you said how many pages? And that's a good question.
Just the basics. Like I'm just curious to know what we should be doing.
I'd say that it's the wrong question is what I would say.
Okay.
All right. So it's thinking about this, okay? People are like, well, I want to give away value, but I don't want to give away the whole farm, right? So where do I draw that line? And how many pages should it be? Well, I say keep the print big, right? Mm-hmm. You could have it be small, and that's fine. And depending on your target audience, I would go back to that. What's your target audience? If you're creating a free giveaway, a free lead magnet for Instagram, I'd make that sucker look beautiful. Mm-hmm. I would have it actually, I'd make each page look like an Instagram post.
Right.
So you'd have the picture, and then I would have the thing that looks just like it's an Instagram post. And I'd probably keep it to 8, 10, 12.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Just get in there, provide the information, and get out.
Okay.
And I think that would be really cool. When it comes to the information, how much is too much, there's the what, and then there's the how.
Okay.
When you give away the what, because a lot of people, they don't know. So somebody comes and asks you, how do I get to LA? You say, well, you could take I-10 all the way west, and it'll take you to LA. Okay, but how? It's a good question. Yeah, but how do you do that? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's in my course.
Right.
Or somebody will private message you, and they'll ask you these specific how-to questions. Be like, I hear you. That's a question that I gladly answer for my private clients. If you'd like to be considered for one, then we can talk about that.
Absolutely.
And then you have people that want to ask you questions privately. And there's a difference between connecting with somebody and them trying to get free stuff from you.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So if this person is somebody that wants to invest in themselves, like, hey, you're like, I would like a mentorship with you, or hey, I would like to invest in your program or whatever. That's one thing. But if somebody's just like, so how, like, what are the details? Like, how do you do this? If it's not too much, like, if it's not something that is behind my paid wall, if it's a general question, then I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, can you post this inside the group so that I can answer it so other people can learn as well? And if it's a more personal question, again, that's the question that I gladly answer for my private clients.
Is everybody paying attention to this? Is everybody in this group paying attention to this? Because I'm going to tell you, you're absolutely right, Ben. Please finish your thought process.
Well, there's no waffling there. I'm very clear about what it is that I offer and what it is, like where the line is at. Okay. So, I mean, you give away so much information and you let things slip all the time, unless you like grab somebody by the shoulders and say, it's A to Z, like it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like it's this. I'll say F, I'll say D, I'll say G, out of order, but people are like, what? I don't get it, right? So when you say, hey, this is where it's at, and if you would like to, here's the link to take care of the investment. There's no waffling there. You're very certain. You're very clear on the value that you provide. And if that person decides to invest in themselves through you, then all the better. If not, we totally support their right to stay where they're at. No judgment. This is just where it's at. Absolutely. And if somebody might say, you know what? Like, if they're like, well, how much is it? Okay. It's $1,000. Holy shit. That's expensive. You're right. It's not for everybody. Because I don't want the most casual person to be in and around my stuff, because that's only going to breed people that are not committed. Correct. And I don't need people that aren't committed through my programs. I want people that are committed. So if something, and by the way, if somebody says that's expensive, that's dealing with their mindset. If they said, I can't afford it, that'd be one thing. And by the way, if somebody's ever like, I don't know if I can afford this, when you're selling something, especially if you're on a phone call, you might want to fill that silence. Just let the silence be. That moment is sacred to them, because they are about to very possibly invest in themselves and double down on themselves and commit on themselves, maybe for the very first time. And so most people who don't make decisions would rather be anywhere else than right there making that decision, right? Oh, I got to talk to my spouse. Oh, I got to talk to my boss. Or I got to talk to my cat. Whatever. Fine. Absolutely. You can do whatever it is that you want. This is it. It's $1,000, or it's $5,000, or it's $10,000, or in what way is it expensive? Take for instance, somebody wants to increase their organic engagement on Instagram. So you're telling me that you want to stay stuck having no likes on your Instagram posts, having no engagement on your Instagram posts, which is only going to breed more of those things you just told me about that you're frustrated with.
Not learn how to do affiliate marketing through your Instagram account. Not have access to expert panelists, industry expert video interviews with all kinds of nuggets of information. So no, you're absolutely right, Ben. And it's funny because, so in this group specifically, I have a pin post on the very top and I pretty regularly offer affiliate like bundles, my Insta bundles as it were. And I tell people, hey, you know, if you get this and this and this and this, and I'll give you this and this for free. This is just a part of how I do my affiliate marketing. A lot of people do it that way. And I like to do it that way because I was that person in that position going, oh, I don't know if I can afford that, right? So I personally think that they make things affordable. I also charge $500 for a 1 hour consultation where I share your screen and I dissect your entire business and tell you how to fix it, right? How to improve it, how to make things better. And then I have a course for under $500 where I literally tell you how to improve your business through Instagram and affiliate marketing and all these other ways. So I feel like I'm one of those people that I make things ridiculously affordable in the beginning, but a month from now, there's going to be so much stuff in that course, it's going to be $1,000 more. So to the people who are listening right now, who are listening to Ben, and Ben just made a very valid point about, you know, really thinking about what is it really worth to you? Do you want to improve your business? Do you want to do all these things? I personally feel like 9 times out of 10 when these courses launch, they launch at $997. My course isn't even yet $997. My course is $497, and I coach the crap out of you. I'm going to teach you how to make money within probably your first 2 weeks, as long as you implement what I teach, right? So that's a very valid point, and I appreciate you saying that. I also offer free 15-minute consultation sessions. I've put my Calendly link up there a few times. So those of you who have personally messaged me, because I'm only bringing this up because Ben brought it up, and I think it's cool because it's important. For those of you who message me and ping me and say, hey, I need to pick your brain on this, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, in 15 minutes, I can change your entire thought process on your business. But I don't know how to do that unless we sit down and talk. So I'm not going to do that via Facebook Messenger.
You see this?
Yep.
You see this pin, right? When I hear somebody say, I want to pick your brain, I literally see an ice pick and they're going to come at me like, like you're going to pick my brain? Oh, I'd like to take you out for coffee and pick your brain worth of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information. Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Nope. I'm not signing up for that. Nope. Dexter looking weirdo.
I do 15 minutes of free stuff all the freaking time, and you're welcome. By the way, here's my group. Ask the question in it. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. I want to ask you about what you're doing right now to help people out with organic engagement. So you're doing an organic engagement challenge. Tell us about it.
The Organic Engagement Challenge, it's a 5-day Organic Engagement Challenge. It's happening inside of my group, Organic Marketing Secrets. I'm going to be taking people through a 5-day process where literally, even if you're brand new to organically marketing yourself on Facebook, if you don't even know what to do, if you don't even know where to start, if you're overwhelmed by social media, I'm going to break it down very simply. We're going to have a challenge every single day with homework assignments and accountability so that I give you the assignment on Facebook. You don't have to go anywhere in order to implement it. You just stay on Facebook and then post a post on your particular profile, and we're going to help you generate organic engagement. And you just might see more engagement than you've ever seen before. So we're going to be talking about crafting and spicing up your offer. We're going to be talking about moving to Freeline. We're going to be talking about mindset blocks that hold you back from posting on social media and standing by what it is that you're offering. Because a lot of people go through this imposter syndrome. We're going to also talk about the power of figuring out like what it is and the problem that you solve. So all of these things together are going to be created by you should you choose to go through this challenge. And then at the end of this 5 days, we're going to have a bonus 6-day where we're going to celebrate the wins that everybody's had and all the engagement that's happened. And there's a few different tactics, and I might even say it's a gimmick, but these gimmicks work. And so if I need to give you training wheels in order to get you started, then you're damn right I'm going to give you training wheels to get you started. We're going to have you generating posts that have into the hundreds of comments, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh no, I know. So, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I've never done something like this before. The 5-day organic Facebook challenge, I can easily charge for this. I have charged for something like this, but I want to be able to make it available so that people can see for themselves how easy it can be once you know how.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
This Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern time, all week long, all the way till Saturday.
I am absolutely going to dig into that. I want to be a part of that. And here's the thing. I want to say this out loud because I think it's really important. There might be, I have a ton of people in this group now. We hit 600 today. Ah!
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty freaking excited. I'm literally like, it's like 100 more people per week, which is, I think is pretty freaking rad because you got to think that the weekends kind of slow down a little bit because people are doing stuff. They're not as engaged in like, checking out Facebook groups and whatever. So I feel like we're averaging about 20 to 25 people a day, which is badass. And we're super excited about it. And for those of you who are newer to the group, if you're coming in, you're checking out the live, or you check out the live later, just keep in mind, I call the group Instagram for the hustlers, but clearly it's a hell of a lot more than just Instagram that we talk about in here. We like to help everybody in their business in every aspect. And I say we because this is my tribe. I've got a lot of people, industry experts in here. Ben's one of our members actually too. And everybody engages, everybody contributes a little something, brings a little extra juice or whatever to the group. And I really appreciate everything that everybody does. So I'm extremely proud that we hit 600 today. It's a freaking awesome milestone for me. So so rock on. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. No matter where you are in your business, I personally like involving myself in free challenges like Ben's doing, because I feel like no matter where you are in your business, even if you think you're a freaking rock star doing stuff like this, it doesn't hurt. A little self-improvement never hurt anybody, right? There's always something that could be inside Ben's brain that I don't know about yet, or I haven't implemented yet, or I haven't tried yet. And he might have ideas on things to help me organically improve my business growth that I haven't tapped into or nobody else has given me advice on yet. So, and I might have something about Instagram growth that he hasn't heard from somebody else before. So I could help him with that. So just in this business, guys, no matter what, if you're in any kind of digital marketing at all, if you're hanging out in this group, you're doing this damn thing day in, day out, just be open-minded and make those commitments to things like this, because it'll do nothing but help you improve your business no matter what, right? If nothing else, you can meet somebody else, have a collaboration happen. I mean, that's what happened with me and Ben. So I'm just saying, like, if you're down for it, definitely go check out his group. Where's your link, Ben? Go pop that in the group for us so that we get the link to your page, your group in there. I put the name of it, but I don't have the actual link handy.
Well, I also just want to make aware of the new and updated playbook that I just released.
Have at it, man. Talk about it. We want to hear everything. We want all the juicy Ben details.
All right. So benperry.co is where you can pick up the new and updated playbook.
Okay.
And if you go to, I love this, facebook.com/groups/ what were we talking about earlier, Trish? Red
Hot
Organic.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That's sexy talk right there.
Red Hot Organic. All right. I just posted that in the group. All right. So now you've got access, like literally, Trisha's got great stuff in her pin post. I've got hours upon hours upon hours of free content, actionable content inside of that pin post alone. I made a really cool video for my pin post before I decided to completely rebrand myself. So I got to go and redo that video, but it's awesome. So
I know that you're doing this organic engagement challenge for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's not anything like really like promotional going on with that, right? But I'll tell you right now, I want to throw something out there additionally. So if you do get into Ben's organic engagement challenge, right? And you commit to doing 5 days of, it's 5 days, right?
5 days, yeah.
If you join me, because I'm going to do it, if you join me and you do 5 days of organic engagement with Ben, then I'm going to offer you a free 30-minute consultation to help you dissect your Instagram account and bring it to the next level. So if you join Ben's group, I am going to give you a free 30-minute consultation session. That is a $250 value for joining his free group. I'm just throwing it out there. But here's the contingency. I'm limiting that to 10 people. So the first 10 people out of this group, if you do it, you have to post on this video, Trish, I joined I joined Ben Perry's Organic Engagement Challenge. And I will make sure that you get your 30-minute strategy session for free.
I've actually, I've told people in the, when you join the group, there's an event, and the event is the 5-day Organic Engagement Challenge. I've told people, I said, whoever invites the most amount of people into the event and they click going is going to be gifted with a copy of my video playbook for Red Hot Organic Facebook Engagement. You can't buy that anymore.
No. That's awesome. Oh my.
So it looks like you're in the running now, Trish.
I'm just saying, there's at least 10 people who are going to hopefully jump on that. So yeah. So I'm limiting that to 10 people, but if you do that, I will give you a free 30-minute strategy session specifically for Instagram to help you with your account. That's like basically getting my course for 50% off, but I'm not going to put you into the course because I'm not doing that yet. So let me see if anybody has any questions for Ben.
Yeah, any questions at all? I'm game. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's pick his brain. Let's bust out that ice pick and see if anybody has any questions for you. Hold on a second. There's going to be a little bit of a delay. There's me drinking my wine. That's always fun. All right, hold on. Tracy Minutolo says this is gold. Haha, ask the cat if you need to invest. That's funny. Let's see if I think we only have 3 people in there right now. So, all right, hold on a second. There was something else that I wanted to ask you about. So we have the ebook thing. Let me ask you, here's a question that I wanted to ask you about the ebook thing. Yay or nay, is it tacky within an ebook to include links to products with your affiliate?
With your affiliates?
Mm-hmm. If you're an Amazon affiliate and within your ebook, you want to mention some products that have helped you do this, and this along the way, is it tacky to have links that people can click on within that ebook that would take them to like an Amazon store?
I don't think that it would be tacky unless you just stayed up front. Hey, I am going to be talking about some products. I do have an affiliate with them. So just so you know, I want to be completely upfront with you. But I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't myself believe in the product.
Absolutely. Okay. I was just curious. It's something that I like to, especially when people are blogging. It's one of the ways that's one of the little pieces nugget coming out, by the way, everybody, in case you're paying attention. That's one of the nuggets that I share in my course. And I added an entire module for affiliate marketing to my course. And one of the things that I speak to is that's one of the ways that people can do affiliate marketing is by blogging, doing product reviews, or service reviews being a course, right? Talk about a course. Hey, I blew up my, my Facebook group by following Arnie Giskey's course or whatever, or I blew up my organic engagement on my Facebook page by following this 5-day challenge that Ben Perry, invited me to, whatever that might be. And you throw the link on there, and boom, people are interested in working with you and getting to know more about you. And I think that that's a powerful thing to do. So I tell people to do that in blogs, but I feel like you could equally do something like that in ebook, especially if you're speaking to something that's worked for you, that you have results from. So.
Absolutely. I debated about whether to put a whole bunch of case studies and stuff inside of the updated playbook, but here's something else. That's not the only playbook that I'm going to have. So
of course not.
well, no. So listen to this. Okay. So there's somebody that I follow. He's a really good Facebook ads guy, and his name is Scott Oldford. And he talks about using the sidewalk, slow lane, fast lane method, or the SSF method. And so I've redone my sidewalk playbook. I'm going to create a slow lane playbook for people. And then there's a fast lane playbook. So here's the difference between those. The sidewalk are for people that they don't really know that they have a problem, or, they don't really know that much. They just kind of like, this hurts, but they just don't have awareness of a solution yet. So the sidewalk playbook is going to allow people to say, oh, so there is a solution to it. Okay. But they're not really aware. Once they become aware, now we release the second playbook for the slow lane. People in slow lane are now aware of their problem. They're not yet ready to really commit, but now they're thinking about it. They know you to be as the potential problem solver of that problem. So you create a more in-depth playbook speaking to those pain points. And then the fast lane playbook is really, it's probably more like a webinar, right? These people know what's up. They know their pain. They are ready to buy, basically. And they just need that extra, like, one more push, or if you want to attract them, right? So in that way, you have a ladder, because not all your prospects are in the same boat.
Right.
Some prospects don't know who you are. Some are aware of who you are. And some are just like, I can't wait till she releases something that is either affordable for me, or I'm working on saving up enough money to work with Trish, right? And I've seen it very possible that you can go from, who is Trish Angelo? Is it Lido or Leto?
Lido.
Lido, okay. Who is Trish Angelo Lido? To, I'm working, or can I, let's see. Who is Trish Angelo Lido? I'm working with Trish Angelo Lido. To, can I get into work with Trish Angelo Lido? All right. Like, very quickly that can happen.
Yep.
And it starts with here and here, speaking it into existence.
I love that. So I want to ask you another question. I'm not quite done with you yet, just so you know. I hope you're okay with that. I have like maybe one or two more questions. The one question that I definitely wanted to ask you about is this, because this is a really powerful, cool thing that you've mentioned. You're freaking amazing about getting that organic growth, and I definitely, I love your, what is it? What does you call it? Daily thought. What is it? Daily
thought bomb.
Daily thought bomb. That's what I thought. So Ben does these daily thought bombs, and it's always something that just gets my wheels turning, going, damn it. And it's not always, is the earth flat? That's Brandon Marshall Havener, that son of a bitch. And he's in this group too. He does that crap all the time. But no, it's what I love that you do that.
Did you see what he said about my beard? He was like, look at this beta having no beard. He doesn't have any trucks and guns. And then I think it was Keith. He said, you know what? He said, what does he say? Sheep, not lions.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you right now, Brandon cracks me up. But your stuff is, it's awesome because it's very engaging, it's very thought provoking, and you've talked about how you've gone dark on Facebook for a significant amount of time. Can you tell people about what made you do that, and then you came back and everybody was just like, oh, okay, there's Ben again?
I've actually kind of done it twice now. Like just 2 weeks ago, I didn't really post anything up for almost a week. I burned myself out. I really did.
Okay.
And I just kind of took a step back and I was like, okay. And I did not feel inspired at all to post. So I didn't. And that's what I teach. Also, I learned a strategy from another person who was really big on, organic engagement. And I was going live every day at a specific time, and I had a specific format, and it was really rigid. And I did that for, I think, a week and a half, and I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I can't work like this. Mm-hmm. I don't, like, it's not conducive for me to have that much structure. And my stream of consciousness doesn't flow as much because I'm going live at the same time. Whether I feel inspired or not, I'm like, this isn't working, right? So
same thing happened to me. Yep, I know exactly what you mean. Yep.
So I was like, all right, so let me back off this, and I didn't post for like a week. I mean, maybe one here or there, but it was not enough to keep up the level of engagement that I had before. Add to that, Facebook ended up really slowing down my reach and my engagement because I sent over 100 personalized selfie videos out to people who were not my Facebook friends. They were inside of my group, and I was doing what I thought was the social thing to do, was to actually reach out and send a video to these people. Facebook was like, nope, you just violated our we don't think you're using this right. And they slowed my engagement, my reach totally down. So that was a part of it too. But the Facebook dark that you're talking about is back in December. I was just like, that's it. Bye, guys. I don't know if I'm coming back, but I got to go. And I was actually gone for, I think, roughly 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. And something very interesting happened. Number one, not being on Facebook all the time, I was like, whoa.
there's sunshine and stuff, and there's like animals and things outside.
Yeah. And it was during Christmas, so I got to really be present. I went out and I visited my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter. She lives with her mother in Salt Lake City, so I got to go out there and it's really weird because I don't have any like documentation on Facebook about me going to see my daughter. So it was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I took a peek the day after Christmas. Couldn't stay away, but I took a peek and I tried to be under the radar. Mm-hmm. There is no way. You cannot. When you, no, seriously. When you log on to Facebook, there is no like show me as offline. No, yours, even like I uninstalled Messenger on my phone. When you're online, even like on a desktop, it shows boop, active, and you pop up on the side for people to message you. I'm like, no, like people would message me like, hey, Ben, no, I'm not here. Like I wouldn't even respond. I'm like, what the hell? And then, but I got on the day after Christmas and I saw somebody said, hey, we're doing this other challenge that I had been a part of. I'm thinking of you, Ben Perry, miss you. And I'd been gone for like 20 days at that point. And all these people had commented and we're like, yeah, Ben, miss you. Totally, like, hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. And it really moved me.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, wow. And people were emailing me and they were saying, your presence has been noticed and you are missed. And it was
That's very powerful.
It's very powerful.
Very powerful. Absolutely. No, I mean, you're moved just talking about it. It is very powerful. It really is. If I'm telling you, like, I've mentioned this before to quite a few people, but I honestly feel like sometimes, most days, that I have more of a virtual support system and family some days than I feel like my own family supports me with what I'm doing with my business, because my family doesn't really need digital marketing information, right? So you and all these other people in our tribe, right? Everybody supports me, encourages me, and can't wait to see what I'm going to post next, because you're there for me. Like, it's exciting to watch somebody else hustle super hard and work really, really freaking hard and provide so much, right? I mean, we give so much of ourselves every single day. Of course we want to see each other be well, right? Be well mentally, right, physically, financially. If I went dark like that for more than like 2 days, I'd be like, okay, seriously, what the hell happened to Trish? You know, I got the kids. I mean, it's exactly, you know, you're just like, we hope you're okay. People would email me. It would be crazy. Seriously, just saying, hope everything goes well. But no, it's, you know, but it's kind of nice to just step away from all of that. And I'm probably going to try to do something similar to that, and maybe get like a movement going around the holidays, because I think it's important to do that, is like kind of step away from that whole thing and spend time with your family. You know, I owe that to my family. I definitely owe it to my family. My final question to you, Ben, is this. And I don't ask everybody this, but I feel like I want to ask you. Do you have one or two mentors in life, in your business in general, that have really spoke to you and helped you along this journey? And if so, who might they be?
There's quite a few people who have helped me along my journey. One of them, his name is Mr. Elder, Mr. Jesse Elder. He is very, very, he's very influential to me. Mm-hmm. His ideas and the way that he presents them. And Werner Erhard, who was the creator of the the Erhard seminar trainings, which eventually turned to Landmark. I went through Landmark. I went through the process. I didn't necessarily like Landmark as much as I like the source of where Landmark came from, which is Werner Erhard. He's still around. He's still like putting out fantastic content. That whole idea about putting the brick in the air is from Werner. Okay. And you cannot go into any area of personal development these days without seeing something that ties back to Werner Erhard. So I like Werner Erhard. I also like Dusan Dukic. He's somebody that is a no frills, like get down to brass tacks, like let's not fuck around. Mm-hmm. Are you committed or not? Mm-hmm. I like some of that, like in your face kind of stuff sometimes. Mm-hmm. And he's very just like, you're the committed or not. And then Osho. Osho is he was a modern day mystic. He lived he had an ashram in Oregon in the early 80s. And his teachings are so profound to me. I can just like open up a book to any page and just start reading and have my mind blown. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of where like I get some of my influences from. Mm-hmm. You know, they say creativity is just being able to hide your sources. So I read a lot. Mm-hmm. I have tons and tons and tons of books that I take all this stuff and information from. But those would be some of the top people that I really have learned invaluable lessons from.
Just out of curiosity, I have pretty bad like ADD, so I have a hard time like sitting down and reading a book. The only real books that I've read in the past year are 10X Rule and .com Secrets, to be completely honest with you. It's really hard for me to keep my attention span when I'm reading. I listen to a lot of audiobooks and podcasts. Just out of curiosity, those mentors that you just mentioned, do they offer audiobooks, or are there any type of podcasts available that if somebody else is like me who deals with that, they have a hard time focusing on reading? Are there any like audiobooks or podcasts available for that?
The only person that I know that would have podcasts, he doesn't have a podcast himself, but he's been interviewed multiple times, and that's Jesse Elder. You can find him. I highly recommend getting Dusan Dukic's book, which is Straight Line Leadership. So Keith asked that question. Any book recommendations, Ben? Yeah, pick up Straight Line Leadership by Dusan Dukic. It's DUSANDJUKICH.
For me, I do want to say, like, it's not like I can't read. When I say that, it's legitimate. I just have really hard focus. I have a hard time focusing. I multitask, but it's not really multitasking. It's just because my brain's going a million miles a minute. So I have to either listen to an audio. It's fucked up, but it's true. This is my life. I have 2 small children. I'm doing 5,000 things a minute. But if I have a podcast or an audiobook plugged into my ear, unless it's like I'm on vacation or I'm like somewhere like away from any other types of things, I can sit down and read a book and I'll get through a few pages. .com Secrets happened fast because I was really engaged in it, and the information was just like, oh my God, must learn more, but something like that, I think I would do well with. So I will certainly look into that myself. That's real. I want to stop this because I have to get going and pick up my kids. Oh my God, Ben, I freaking love you. We are absolutely going to get together. We live literally an hour and a half from each other, for Christ's sake. This is ridiculous. So if any of you want to check out Ben Perry, he's in the group. Don't just DM him and say, I want to pick your brain. Don't be a douchebag. Don't do that. It's not cool. Go freaking join his organic engagement challenge. The first 10 people who join and do it, I will give you a 30-minute strategy session. Talk about your Instagram account. We'll talk about your Facebook too, because why the hell not? And we'll make some things happen. So Ben, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We love you, and we look forward to the next time.
Thank you, Trish. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
Bye.
Peace out, everybody.